All right, and welcome to episode, I believe, 24 of my local to global run is TNA Wrestling. Previous month in November, we had the highest grossing profit in company history by about $80, or just a tad underneath that. We sold the most amount of tickets, we got the most amount of money from the sponsors, and we sold the most amount of merchandise. Speaking of merchandise, we're 26% of the way there, which means in 74 weeks will have upgraded, which will be after next week. After this month, it'll be 70. So it'll be a whole nother year. So it won't be over until 2007. And there'll still be, what, 18 weeks after that? So it's about 4.5 months. So on track for a mid-May of 2007. We could alternatively start throwing a lot of money at it. If we do this, 4% progress, that would take, what, 10 months? 10 weeks would get us to 40%. 20 would get us 80. So that would be what? Yeah, 20 months would get us to 80. So 20 weeks, 19 weeks, about 18 and a half weeks. But that's a lot of money. Or we could just keep going conservative because this is the really cheap option. We'll keep going conservative for now. Or we could go normal. That way it'll be done in half the time, which would be instead of 74, or it'd be 37 weeks. Yeah, we'll keep going conservative. We're not in any rush. Or maybe we are. Maybe I'll change my mind. Oh, before I forget, gotta keep playing this game. Uh, I don't want to do that yet, because if I do that now, then it's going to be on Wednesday. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to the day of the show. Our size is looking good. Finances are looking good. Merchandise is good. Everything is going up pretty good. At the end of the last episode, we sent an offer to Larry Sweeney to be the other commentary guy. I also went out and I found Walter. Uh, he's in Europe, so I mean we won't be able to use him because he'd be too expensive. But I'm only giving him a $10 per show contract because he's that cheap. And the hope is that same thing with the Japanese ladies. If I'm the only one that they're employed by, they might move over here, and that's going to be the case with Walter. So we'll see how that shakes out. But now I'm going to go to the day of the show, and we'll see how things pan out. All right, and here we open up weekly event number 28 in front of 97 people. I believe with our new ticket prices of normal. We have Jimmy Rave cut a promo to start off the show. Very good. Start hyping up the main event. Hyping up himself. Pretty standard fare. We then followed up with Mike Sullivan taking on Casey McKnight, and Casey McKnight defeats Mike Sullivan with a Cradle DDT. Sullivan pretty much carried him throughout this whole match. A 39 segment rating, not bad. We followed up with Scorpio Sky and TJ Perkins in a big high flying luchador cruiserweight match, and it did not go well. We then have a Lance Cade promo. I wanted to see how well he'd do on the mic. Like Jimmy Rave does better on the mic than I had previously anticipated him to do. And they actually had a pretty good match too, all things considered. A wild brawl, had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Cade defeats Jimmy Rave. No storyline for furthered, but we did get some popularity. Address the locker room. We'll go Jimmy Rave. And I'll actually put down Mike Sullivan. Apparently, Mike Sullivan is our third most popular wrestler we have on the roster. Ooh, did it not save? I thought I changed it to normal because I wanted to see how much people we'd lose. Let me go look at that. We did get some mail. Ticket price. It did not save. So we're going to try normal because normal is $2 more expensive per ticket. I'm trying to see how many people we're going to lose if that comes into effect. Hey, Bob, you're back. All right, we're going to skip ahead to the next show. and I'll see you there. All right, we start off with weekly event number 29, held in front of 98 people. I did the math. We were actually going to make only about $8 more merchandise and ticket sales wise if we went with normal instead of cheap. So I might as well get more fans in and try to get that popularity up faster for $8. Chad Collier, Jimmy Ray start off the show with a promo. It doesn't go well for either guy, but it's still a 38, all things considered. They come out, they have a tag team match. They take on Gix and John Moxley. And Jimmy Rave and Collier will win when Collier makes Gix submit, a 36 segment rating. We follow that up with a CM Punk promo, putting over the upcoming major event, which I believe is Genesis. You'd think I'd remember these things, but I don't, because January's Final Resolution. I know that. I know like the big four. You know, Slammiversary being in August, Lockdown being, I believe, in May, Bound for Glory being June, I believe. I don't think it's that close. I think Lockdown's in April, Bound for Glory is in June, Slammiversary is in August, and then Final Resolution's in January. Everything else is kind of a mixed bag in my mind. Oh, Against All Odds in October. So I guess we got 5 major ones. And he's putting up the match he's going to have there for the world title. This match, however, he defeats Paul London in a pretty good match, all things considered. 55 match rating, 40 segment crowd rating, 47 segment rating. We end the show with a 47. We're going to put over Jimmy and Punk. Made $18. Yeah, because if you look at this, we made about $1,029. And if we had done normal, we'd have made, I think, $1,037 if everything was correct. So we still made money. That's good. And we gained a popularity point, which means one more. When we get to 23, that'll lift our ticket sales up, I believe, $2, even on cheap. I'll have to take a look. Got no mail, nothing new. No big events. Dory Funk Jr. staying. Congratulations, Dory. Ticket sales for cheap go from 8 to 9, so $9. So it goes up by one. It doesn't go up by $2 until you get up to 47, and then it goes up two, and then two again, and then once you get to 77, it starts jumping up by 5. Normal will be $11, and it'll jump up to here. What if we charged a premium? Oh dear God. It's $14 for a premium. Yeah, we're just sticking with cheap, thank you. So we're up by 22 now. That'll be good. And Final Resolution. Oh, that's in December. Oh my God. Uh oh, Destination X is in January. Oh, why is Genesis and Destination X both in January? That's not how that's supposed to go. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Oh, where's September? Yeah, there's no September pay-per-view. That's supposed to be Destination X. How did you get moved to January? I didn't move you to January. All right, well, gotta let me fix that while I'm here. Uh, there we go. Oh, that's because I never changed the base month. Okay, there you go. Now you're in September. All right, so Genesis is up next. Final Resolution is just in a little bit. I'm gonna have to fix this TV thing. Horrible decision. One of the worst decisions I've ever made. Maybe not the worst. There could definitely be a lot more. Uh, let's see. Is there anything else I can do before we skip to the next day? I don't think so. We're doing it. We're moving up to rapid. We're gonna try and get that done as fast as possible. Skag Rollins. And because it's so short, we're not gonna cut away. Who knows what might happen between now and again. There were a couple of wrestlers who wanted pay raise requests. Cena was one of them. I gave him half of what he was asking because he wanted to go from $20, which was really good, to I think 100. So I gave him half that, so he's 60. Uh, Styles asked. I gave him half. I can look that up. Styles, I'm now paying 40. No, I told Styles no, which is he was not happy about that. Yeah, he was denied a pay raise request. Oh no, I guess he hasn't come forward yet. I thought it was him. Who else was it? Was it Punk? Was that who it was? No, I don't know who else it could be then. I know certainly it was Cena. Cena was really annoyed uh because I didn't give him a full one. That was back in November. And he's not happy with me about his recent booking. That's fine. I can deal with this. So here we are on the day of the show. Nobody's getting the night off because we're going to need all hands on deck for this one. We're going to have 203 fans. We're going to finalize broadcasters. So we are going to use YouTube. We're going to skip the booking meeting, locker room incidents. Wyndham is passing on tips using psychology. Moxley did a thing. Simon Diamond does his things, and that's it. So, team building. A lot of new tensions. Ooh. We look at our backstage. We're still excellent, you know. That's fine. Stevens and Diamond getting on. Success of No Surrender. And now we're coming up to Final Resolution. So here are the matches that you guys already know are going to happen. Number 1, Sonny Siaki and Bobby Roode. And that one's going to be for the, if I can click the button, the TNA X Division Championship. You won't find out who wins until you get to the actual event. Did that say something about booking a guy? What? Oh, leave it up to the road agent. That's what it said. I thought for a second it's like, yeah, he's not the champion. I was gonna be confused because I didn't book a title change. Yeah, I was almost about to put AJ, so it's gonna be not Cassidy O'Reilly. What? Am I like not clicking the right thing here? There we go. CM Punk, Michael Shane. This will be for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Same thing as before. You won't know who wins. Bang. And I'll suppose I'll put the rest up too. We're gonna put Russ and Charlie Haas against Chad and Jimmy Rave. Just a cool little match. See how they do, because it seems Rave and Chad actually have put on good tag matches, even if they don't have great chemistry. I'm not going to hide who wins this one. It's going to be the Haas brothers because they're an actual tag team. While I'm trying to, hey Ron, while I'm trying to get this figured out, and then we're going to have a women's match. Kayo and Azumi Hyuga. Why? Rematch from last time. As I look around, I think that's going to be it, because the rest is just going to be promo. So I think just the 4 matches, and we'll go from there. So I will come back and see you when the show is finished and we're going through the results. All right, here we are. Final Resolution held in front of 200 people. We start the show with a Sonny Siaki promo. It's a little bit long and winding, but he's hyping up his X Division Championship match, saying this time Bobby Roode is going to have to face the music. He's going to have to fight him. He cannot do the cheap things anymore. If he gets disqualified this time, he will be stripped of the title, and it'll go to Sonny Siaki. It'll change hands on a DQ or a count out. We then go on to the first match of the night in a non-title match. It's just Kaio Naomi defeating Azumi Hyuga, a 24 match rating. Oh no, I just realized something. I never put Sweeney down. Okay, well, Let me just go in and do that real quick. I knew I was forgetting something. I just couldn't remember what. Alright, Punk, promo, Sweeney, Shane, Sweeney. There we go. You should be on all of them now. All right, continue. The tag team champions have a promo. Jimmy Rave and Russ Haas look good. Chad Collier did not, so I'm assuming Chad is just not a good talker. Rave is, Russ is, Charlie's adequate, I suppose. 41 before their big match. Wow, that did really good. Holy Lord. A 46 rating. That is the Haas brothers' first defense of the title. I might just put them into a tag team even if they don't have chemistry. I mean, 57, 52, 57, 50, 69. Russ Haas is just by head and shoulders the best wrestler we got in this group of four here. Crowd rating of 33, segment rating of 46. We come out, Michael Shane cuts a promo. This is right before the X Division match. He's saying he's going to remain the champion. He's worked hard to get it. He's not going to lose it that easily. We move into the X Division Championship match, and Sonny Siaki wins with a pump handle reverse pile driver, pinning Bobby Roode and winning the X Division Championship. We then move on to a new Punk promo. His talking was so good. Ron Simmons and Larry Sweeney on commentary did not do that great. They didn't bring up the match, or they didn't bring up the segment at all. But he's saying his time has arrived. He's going to win the title. We get into the match, and CM Punk is your new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, defeating Michael Shane. A 42 segment rating, a 45. We're gonna give this to CM Punk, and we're gonna give the other one to Jimmy Rave. Just keep making Rave happy. Financial report: we lost $2,000. I am fine with that. That's pretty flat. We flat to $1,600 and $500 of merchandise. That paid for our workers. It paid for our marketing, and all of our bulk of our losses came from being on TV. Popularity, ton of places went up. Japan went up to 2 all around the board. Canada's now up to 3 across the board, and we gained 4 in America as well. Not bad, not bad at all. Almost 4,500 people. That's actually a record, I think. We're still making money after that. We've still got, I believe, 2 more shows, and then we will be good on that. Move that to Sunday. I think our broadcasting deal here will end on March 30th, so we got 3 more months of that. Did we cancel that yet? Nope, they still want $1.4 million. That is not something I'm going to be able to pay. But that's good. I'm happy that's working out. Merchandise is going up. That might be a bit of a problem because of how much money we're going to be spending on merchandising. Trying to get that boosted up faster. So we'll see. What is that? It's at 400. It's at $600 a week. Oof, that's almost 3 times. But we're going to keep it. Let's simulate to the next show, and I will see you. Actually, it's so close, I don't even need to skip it. Oh, God. Oh, there we go. Todd Keneally is here with his rather low resolution photo. No new news, no new emails, nothing else. We're sitting at about $470. Oh, we're almost at $7,000 in sponsorship estimated. Das is good. Let's hop into the show. Yoshihito Sasaki. All right, Afa, you're not needed for the show. Mark Johnson, you're not needed for the show. Mickey J's not needed for the show. And Ron Simmons is not needed for this show, and neither is Larry Sweeney. There we go. That's everybody. We're going to have 99 fans. It'd be great if we could do this without, you know, losing all of our money. Or you keep losing those battles. That's definitely not fun. Alright. So that's it. We're going to go ahead and book the show and move on. I'll see you here in just a minute. Alright, here we go. The beginning of weekly event number 30 in front of 101 people. Lance Cade versus Kevin Payne. And Lance Cade wins with a diving elbow drop and gains a 44 segment rating. I don't know how that math works out. 39 wrestling rating, 21 crowd rating, and it's the segment rating is better than both of them. I'm I'm happy. I won't complain, but I just find it odd. We have a promo. Jimmy Rave comes out and he begins to cut a promo. At which point Styles comes out and interrupts him. It's the first time we've seen Styles since No Surrender. And it's the first time we've seen Styles on a weekly event since September 14th. They come out and they have a match. A 60 wrestling rating, 38 crowd rating, and a 53 segment rating. We get a 50 on the rating. We'll give that to an AJ, Jimmy Rave, and AJ. Make them happy. Financial report, we made $23. Popularity stayed the same. I'm not surprised. Hi, Road Warrior Hawk. It's nice to see you. Nothing else. So that puts us doing halfway decent. We're gonna go ahead and skip to the next show, and I'll see you when we get there, or when the show is done being booked. We'll see if anything odd happens, I guess. All right, here we kick off weekly event number 31 in front of 102 people with a Lance Cade promo that does surprisingly well. I don't recall whether or not he was supposed to have any great promo abilities, but I think we did one before and he was all right. This was actually better than I was expecting. He then follows it up with a match against Sanjay Dutt, in which he beats Sanjay Dutt with a lariat in just under 10 minutes at 48 segment rating. We then follow that up with a Jimmy Rave promo at 61, where he then faces Casey McKnight, and they have great chemistry. Wow, and that bumped that up to a 40. Well, I love that. We then have CM Punk come out, cut a promo, uh, just trying to hype up the match against Chad Collier, which is going to be a technical masterclass. One of the reasons why I wanted to do that was because I wanted to see how they did in a technical masterclass and whether or not that was a viable thing to do. Although you can look at this and go, well, you know, they still had a 50 match rating with bad chemistry, which sucks, you know. The most they could get is a 48. That's still better than anything going on. So I'll take that. We'll do CM Punk and Jimmy Rave. Focus on those guys. Financial report, we lost $20. I can deal with that. Popularity, we're still at 22. Bada bing, bada boom. Hi, Bruce Steele. Oh, we did get some mail. Oh. Okay then. Why? All right, so the big bad WWE is coming to try to kill me. Okay. It was only a matter of time. What prompted this? Are they gonna come like sign all my people now? Oh, cool. Can I actually? I want to do something funny here. Oh, is that because I adopted a friendly attitude towards WCW? Is that why? Okay, well then, hey WCW, do you want to keep being friends? Uh, please, please WCW. Okay, so I'm probably gonna lose a lot of talent here in a minute. That's not good. I'll just move this to Wednesday because that'll allow us to go to the end of the month here. And we can see all the year-end things, but oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was not great for us. Hey, Sean Waltman. Hey, Lenny Lane. I almost said Lodi. You're not Lodi. God, I was not prepared to see the words WWE have declared war on you. Oh, dear God. I gotta. What are we gonna do about that? Oh. Well, the answer to what are we gonna do about that is nothing. We're just gonna have to try not to die. Uh, Lance Storm is the wrestler of the year. Okay. Huh. PWI is a financial warning. Jeff Jarrett got used for that. I did put the title on him. We finished third this time. End of year awards. Okay, so here are the awards for the wrestling world. Lance Storm is the wrestler of the year. Chyna's the female wrestler of the year. WWE is the company of the year. They've won it 5 years in a row. Edge and Christian are the tag team of the year. Daphne and Terry Powers are the female tag team of the year. Ooh, match of the year was Lance Storm and Rey Mysterio beating Rob Van Dam and Johnny the Bull on a random WCW Nitro in February. Show of the year was the Great American Bash. Okay, so WCW is getting in there too. Jimmy Wang Yang. Who is this? Cheerleader Melissa. Kevin Nash is the male veteran wrestler. Terry Powers is the female veteran wrestler. Most improved company is MLW. Independent wrestler is Hayabusa. Female independent wrestler is Toshio Yamada. Roddy Piper is the male manager of the year. Chyna is the female manager of the year. Play-by-play commentator is not Jim Ross, it's Kevin Kelly. Color commentary is Jim Cornette. Male referee is Tiger Hattori and Nikon Lee. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Is there anything else that I missed? Probably, but we're gonna go ahead and actually we're gonna do this. Where's Power 500? We are going to do works for TNA. Bam. Okay, so Frankie Kazarian is at 178. We don't use him though, so that doesn't really count. AJ Styles though, we do use. He had an average match rating of 59. Followed up with Chet Collier, Ray Gonzalez. Ray Gonzalez has won 45 matches this year. Wow. Samoa Joe, we don't hardly use him. Mikey Henderson, we don't hardly use him. Ron Killings, we don't use him. Jarrett, we used him twice this year. Nigel McGuinness, we use a lot more. We haven't used him since October. Amazing Red, we don't use. Jason Cross, we used back in August. And that was it. Cole Cabana, we don't use. Mike Sullivan, we used a couple of times. Shark Boy, we used 2 times. Ela Skipper, we haven't used at all. Chris Hero, we've used a couple times. Air Paris, we used a couple times. Jimmy Rave, we've used a ton, though, in the last couple of weeks. In fact, a lot of his wins are coming from us. Kid Cash, we used once. We had him lose to Jimmy Rave. Sonny Siaki, who we just signed. Once we signed him to TNA, he started getting a lot of matches really fast. And he actually placed. I'm taking credit for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches in 3 months in TNA, and then the other 9, I guess, were in NWA Wildside. He won 14 matches and he only lost 2, and he won the NWA World Wildside Tag Team titles. He's doing pretty good. Russ Haas and John Cena, not bad. And then Paul London, we didn't use a lot of this year, so we got a couple. Let's look at our end of year awards. I mean, is it any surprise? AJ Styles for the 4th year in a row. Female wrestler of the year is Kaio Naomi. We actually finally have a female wrestler of the year for the first time ever. Male tag team wrestlers of the year, or tag team of the year, was Charlie Haas and Russ Haas. Male young wrestler of the year is Jimmy Rave. Wow, really? He had to have wrestled a minimum of 10 matches for the company. He did not wrestle 10 matches. What do you mean? How many matches did he wrestle for TNA? I don't seem to recall. He was in 12. I don't recall using him that much. Sweet Lord. Yeah, we used him 12 times, and he had an even 6-6 record. He lost to America's Most Wanted with Chad Collier. He lost to Monty Brown, Sonny Siaki, Lance Cade, uh, AJ Styles, and the Haas brothers in his tag team match at Final Resolution. He did win a tag team match, so he's 1-2 in tag team and 5-4 in singles competition. Cool. We actually have somebody with that one. Match of the year was AJ versus Jeff Jarrett at Bound for Glory, a 65. That might be the best match in company history. Card of the year was Bound for Glory, and male referee of the year was Mickey J for the for the fourth year in a row. All right. While we're looking at that, let's go to top 100s of 2005. The best show we ever had was in June. That was Bound for Glory. The next one that came close was in February, May, and June, all in kind of a row, 53. The only other time we cracked 50 was in December, and those were back-to-back weekly events. No, maybe not great on that. We only had two matches above 60. They both came in the month of June. One at Bound for Glory and one at weekly event number 9. Moxley and Styles at weekly event number 1 actually got a 59. And if we look at the top 20, how many of them have Styles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So Styles is the key to good matches. Best attendances was Final Resolution at 200. Doing pretty good, all things considered. Yeah, we're getting the weekly events are starting to pile up into here too. That's actually not that bad. Pay-per-view buy rates we haven't done. TV ratings. Final Resolution had the best one so far. The worst is actually Unbreakable, which surprises me. Viewerships 4,492 people for Final Resolution. We almost got to 45. We made $1,300 on the previous month, and we're back to money that we haven't had since sometime in June. We had one less show, which is why we didn't make as much tickets and why we didn't make as much merchandise, although that's pretty close, but we did make a ton of money on sponsorships. $7,000. We're sitting pretty mid-south and mid-Atlantic. We're almost at 10. Southeast is almost at 23. I think we're doing pretty good, all things because we're at 40% here. So in another 10 weeks, we'll be at 80. So 15 weeks, this will be over, and we'll have moved up. Now, if I do my math right, we'll only gain 50 cents per show per fan. So if we have 100 fans, we'll make, 50 bucks more on merchandise, which for the weekly events will probably be about 200 bucks. For the big event, that'll probably be about 100, so $300 more on merchandising just from the fans. But it's the popularity point one that doubles. And I mean, just put that in perspective. We go from just Southeast, we only make like $110, 220, $90, $90, 50. So 50, 140, 230, 280, 300, 320, 540, 580, 620, and 640. So we get $640 just on America. Pop to Canada, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210. So that's 840. 840, 870, 900, 980, 1000, 1100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what was that? 1100. I don't remember if I said 1100 or 1200, but if it's 1100, that's 1280. If it was 1200, it's 1380. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're talking 1350, 1450. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're talking 1420 or 1520. And then so 1460 or 1560 in just in merchandise, and that would pay for this. It would pay the running costs, and then we'd actually gain money on top of that. So, and then everything else that we get from merchandise would just be, on the shows would be just, gravy on top, I suppose. But I digress. We're sitting good monetary wise. Did either of those two go up? No, they're still rising, average and week. When this gets to below average, that'll help us get more people in. When this goes up, we'll get more sponsorship money. So I'm gonna end it off here. A pretty good year, all things considered. We started off the year at about 5,000 points or $5,000, and from year to year, from 12 months, we lost $500. But in exchange, if we go back to this time last year, we were at 14 popularity points. We're at 22 now. We were at 5 in Mid Atlantic and Mid South. We're at 9 now. We had no popularity in Puerto Rico or Hawaii. We have 1 now. Mexico, we had very little. We're doing all right. We go to Canada. We had none. We're up to 3 now. So things have changed. For $500, we were able to do pretty good. But hopefully, this is the year we're actually going to get above 10,000. We're actually, in 5 years of being in business, we'll finally have made more money. We'll have made enough to actually have made a profit. Because keep in mind, we're still running at a $5,495 deficit at this point. It's not until we get above $10,000 that you could say that we've officially made money. But I digress. I hope to see you all again in the next episode, where we will be doing Genesis, I believe. This time it actually is Genesis. So have a good night, and I hope to see you again next time.